I was told once that you're not supposed to eat like cheese before you record any audio stuff because it screws up your mouth and dries it out and makes you pop.
Yeah,
Um,
and it'll make you like a little congested sometimes. Fucks up your nose.
and I thought about that, but then I also thought that I got home and I wanted pepper jack, so I had some pepper jack.
That's so real. I have like this one piece of pepper jack sitting in the fridge still. I don't know how old it is. I don't see any mold on it, but I'm a little afraid to use it in a sandwich because I've also got like an entire block of Parmesan and Gouda that my friend insisted we buy instead of just getting a bag of like shredded mixed cheese that I've been struggling to eat. Because it's I don't eat like that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, I have like a little bit of shredded cheese from a couple weeks ago when I made some chili, and it's enough for one quesadilla, and I meant to do it like I meant to make it a week ago and I forgot, and so it's in there and I don't see any mold on it again, but I'm like, do I trust this? I have a lot of food in my fridge where I'm like, do I trust this? I have like two pieces of bread from a couple months ago that I just like shoved to the back and forgot about, and I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, you have no idea. I live with three other people, and only one of them actually uses the same fridge as me because the other two just have their own fridges. And God, I don't even know like 70% of what the fuck is in that fridge at this point.
Yeah.
Like but it's like it's partially my fault too because I'll just put shit in there and then forget about it. Like I was looking for this jar. I've got this big like gallon jar and I wanted to use it for something. And I'm like, what the hell is my jar? And then I'm trying to think back to like the last time I used it because it wasn't where I usually store it. And I'm like, oh shit, I made like a gallon of cold brew in August. That was the last time I used it. And so I'm like, no way. And I look in the fridge and I look at the very back of the second shelf, and lo and behold, there's about like maybe a quart left of coffee in there. And I'm like, is that even coffee anymore? Or did it ferment? So like it was a different color. It didn't smell like coffee. And I didn't dare taste it, but it made a pungent scent when I dumped it into the sink.
Can I bring us back to the
Um,
malicious brew from last week?
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah.
I
Can
didn't
we
I didn't finish the
revisit that?
story.
No,
Um,
you never did. Yeah.
so I think the introduction I gave was I've been punching a lot of walls recently, and the
Yeah.
the context behind that is so I made malicious brew, which is my name for a drink called Chafir, which
Yeah, where you
is
basically just like super saturate. That's the
yeah.
word I was looking for last week, by the way. Super saturate caffeine into boiling water.
Yeah, and allegedly, if you boil the caffeine for long enough, it breaks down into a different compound, and it's mildly psychoactive. Allegedly. Well, so I had used like a dozen tea bags of expired Yorkshire Gold just to get rid of them, and
Well, you didn't say they were expired.
they were like a year and a half old. They weren't really good anymore. They weren't really as strong, so I just
Oh.
wanted to get rid of them. Because they'd just been sitting in like a gallon bag in the back of my cabinet. Um, but I was trying to get rid of them, and so I made a drink with 800 milligrams of caffeine, as you do, and I drank about a quarter of it, and I just felt, fine. Like my bones were vibrating a little bit, but it was like a normal, expected thing. And then I went to bed, and I I usually have very vivid dreams and nightmares. That night, I was in the fucking Twilight Zone, man. It was not a good time. I kept having like repeatedly being trapped in a maze, like that sort of thing. It was like normal nightmares for a while. It was very very manageable. And then I remember I woke up like a couple hours before my alarm was set to go off, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks. I'm gonna try and go back to bed." And and that was a mistake.
Wait, okay, hang on. You're telling me you made basically a super caffeine drink in the evening and then drank
No,
it,
no, in
and
the afternoon. In the afternoon,
oh, okay, and but like when you how late in the afternoon?
like 2 p.m.
Oh,
I went
that's not
no,
as bad as
I went to bed at like 4 a.m.
oh that okay
No,
that
I
makes
went to
sense.
bed at like 4 a.m. and I just kept up waking. I kept waking up every like 15 minutes. Um,
Well, yeah.
it's this guy that looks like the boogeyman, and so this dude was
Oh, that's horrible.
this dude was after me. In any case, so I was in the living room of my apartment. I was sitting on my couch, and I was playing like a Five Nights at Freddy's game, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was sitting there on the couch, and I had to play this like FNAF game where I had to not look at him. Like he would go and he would scuttle around the room and climb up the walls, and I had to like look away from him. And then eventually he would come right next to me, and he would make this, and I would have to pretend to be asleep. Um, and this was, and I had like a little clock in front of me, like my alarm clock was in my living room for some reason. I was watching this. I was playing I was playing a Five Nights at Freddy's game was what I was doing, and so
Was this a dream or did this actually happen?
this this was an awful, very vivid nightmare that I had.
So it probably actually happened.
Sure, sure. I I sure. I was sitting there and I had to fall asleep, um, so that I had to pretend to be asleep so that he wouldn't get me. But I kept feeling this urge because he would sit on the couch next to me. I could like feel the weight of him on the couch, and I felt the urge to turn and like look at him, like how Frodo has the urge to put on the ring when the ring wraiths are near. Uh, and he
Dude, I gotta look at him. I gotta know what it's like. Bart Simpson face first, like face forward. You just gotta. You don't want to know what it looks like, but you have to look at it.
I had to and I remember I just I he made this awful fucking sound when he was next to me. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It sounded like death. It was this like weird whooshing awfulness that it like felt like I was having a stroke listening to it. And
Do you know what death sounds like?
I think now
Is that like
I think
something
now I do.
comparable to? Because it's like, or is it like one of those things where somebody says like, "Oh, this tastes like shit." Like you don't know what that. Is it like a multiple sensory thing?
It sounded kind of like the rushing of a jet engine, or like when you record the sound of wind on a microphone. But it was sort of distorted, and it like hurt when he made that sound. So I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
what else to. I don't know how else to describe it. And he was like just sitting there, and I remember I kept like turning slowly to look at him, and I remember I opened my eyes and he was right in front of me, and so I did the only thing I could do, which was like try and strangle him, you know. And then I woke up and I was having sleep paralysis, and he was there like fucking in front of me on my bed. And so I closed my eyes, waited a few seconds for it to fade, and I like tried to swing at him, and I missed, and I hit the cinder block wall at full force. Um, yeah, I've told the story,
Well,
and then I had to, because it was awful, because I had to fucking I had to get, because a friend of mine was going to come over and play Warhammer with me on that day, and so I was like, I can't like sleep in even though I went to bed at 4. I got to like actually get up and do shit, and it's like holy shit, I woke up and pretend to be a normal human being, and so I still had like 15 ounces of malicious brew left at this point. And I was sipping on it a little bit more, but it was cold at that point, and it tasted awful. So I ended up dumping it.
so okay, hang on. So we've collected some data here, and I think we can add a new uh cryptid to the list of like drug induced
Yeah,
cryptids.
it's like the
Because
Hat Man.
like
It's like
as
the
you know, yeah, when you overdose on
yeah.
Benadryl, you meet the Hat Man. When you overdose on DMT, you meet the Machine Elves, and I can tell you more about those if you don't know about the
I'm
Machine
not
Elves.
familiar with the Machine Elves.
If you overdose on caffeine,
or whatever compounds allegedly come from breaking down caffeine at high heat.
Yeah, whatever the fuck malicious brew is.
So I've told this to a few other friends of mine, and gotten varying reactions, including, so you made the portal or you made the potion that astral projects you into hell. So you met the devil. So you met God. I don't know. I don't know what religion that.
These different responses.
I don't know. Yeah, these are all different responses. I don't know what religion that individual had, but I don't want to meet their fucking God. And I tried to get some other people to swear a pact with me that we would, because normally you're supposed to share Chafir, right? Like you pass it around.
And
yeah, so I was
actually. It's like you don't trip.
Yeah,
alone.
no, I was just like slugging it because you're supposed to make the concentrated drink in like one mug, and then you pass the mug around, right? And I just drank the mug.
That's Jesus.
So I tried to convince them that I was like, we'll get together and I'll make like a big pot of malicious brew and we'll just do this and we'll all trip together. And they were like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? So
clearly you don't have friends that like drugs.
No, I don't like drugs either. I've had bad experiences with. I try and stay away from stuff that affects you psychologically because I had really bad experiences with that for a long time, and I just when I was a kid, I was on some medications that I should not have been that dramatically fucked with my psyche. That's a whole other story.
And that you felt drawn to produce malicious brew.
I didn't expect to meet the devil that night. I didn't expect to have to fucking defend the office against the boogeyman. You revealed the visage of Satan to me. Jesus Christ.
That is awful. Yeah, I think if you're gonna do it again, you gotta get at least like 2 or 3 other people and just take an entire box of Yorkshire Gold and like a gallon pot.
Yeah, don't.
And just boil the shit.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I should do. Welcome to the podcast, episode 14. Can I show you something that I found earlier?
Sure.
So this is
this the funniest image you've ever seen?
Yes. I hyped this up a little bit for you beforehand. So this was something that I was talking with some coworkers of mine about, and one of them is just like, "Oh, you haven't seen this?" And I was like, "No." But I'm gonna throw this up on screen. But if I can send this to you, Cylinder. This is a slide from a slideshow. Do you want to guess the name of this slideshow?
Spencer Block to the rescue?
No. It's called Intersection Theory. Elmo learns motivic cohomology.
What?
This is a weird area of pure math, and it results in this slide, which I greatly enjoy.
Pure math, as opposed to impure.
As opposed to applied math, yes.
Oh, fake math. Cool, but how are these Chow groups related to motivic?
Elmo says, cool, but how are these Chow groups related to motivic cohomology? Big Bird says, poorly pasted screenshot of LaTeX.
Okay. Boy, I'm sure glad I know how to define motivic cohomology now. This right here is probably the funniest image that I've ever seen.
Oh. I think I have a variation of that somewhere in my folder.
I've seen a lot of variations of this, but this is my favorite.
Also, I will say that we're also talking about Falk. This is
like F-A-U-K?
No, F-O-C-H. Get it right. This is also
okay.
Yeah, so Falk is F-O-C-K. V.A. Falk, standing for Vladimir Alexandrovich Falk. He was a Soviet physicist who did work in quantum mechanics. We were also talking about this guy because on his Wikipedia page, it's very funny. He has notable students down there, right? And one of them's name is U.A. Yappa.
Yappa?
Yuri Andreevich Yappa. U.A. Yappa.
Like Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yes, yeah, like Yo Gabba Gabba. Oh yeah, also Yuri Yappa's field in the this is the English version of Wikipedia, right? But his field is a Physica
Uh-huh.
Theoretica, which links to just the English page
Oh,
for
it's okay, so
theoretical physics.
theoretical physics, yeah.
Ordered awarded the medal quote for the defense of Leningrad end quote. Why are they putting it in? Why are they being sarcastic about it?
Wait, like a theoretical physicist won a medal for the defense of
Yeah,
Leningrad?
because he was he. I think he was a civilian.
Medal for the defense of
Oh,
Leningrad.
he worked at the hospital. Yeah, but
Oh,
why is it in
okay.
why is it sarcastic?
Well, I think the medal is called for the defense of Leningrad.
Yeah, no, it's for
Or I think it's
emphasis
like
or
that's
whatever.
the
But I
name
like
of
the
the
idea that
medal.
it's being sarcastic with the quotes.
Yeah, it's like a good job, comrade. You air quotes defended
I
Leningrad.
mean, they awarded it to pretty much all of the civilians that could prove they were there too and helped out. Like, there's a radio
Uh-huh.
broadcaster who also got it. Let me see if she's on. Yeah,
Just
Olga
morale.
Bergholtz was like a radio broadcaster who also got it.
Oh. Oh, there's like a it's like it takes place in the order of precedence. So the higher there's the medal above the defense of Leningrad is for the salvation of the drowning, and below is for the defense of Moscow. So the Soviet Union values Leningrad more than it values the
But
capital.
not as much as saving people from drowning. And it's because Leningrad was such a long siege was the reason why.
Yeah. But saving people from drowning does not actually list it that anything is above it. So I think that's the highest honor you can receive in the Soviet
Well, it's like how
Union.
the U.S. Army has badges in order of rareness or rarity, and it's cavalry, unknown soldier, tomb of the unknown soldier, tomb guard, and then astronaut. I think are the three rarest in that order, which is a very diverse set of uh, things to earn patches for.
Yeah, well, I mean, because those are all like you only get those if you die or if you're the guard of the tomb.
You only get them if you're a guard of the tomb. You don't get them if you die.
Or well, like the Tome of the Unknown Soul. I guess you don't
No,
really
no, no.
get
The
them if
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is specifically for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier that everyone knows is specifically for World War One. It has the remains of an American soldier who fought in World War One, died, was unidentifiable. There are other ones for World War Two and Korea. There was one for Vietnam, but they were able to actually identify him with DNA. And nowadays, they can actually identify pretty much all remains, so they haven't made new
yeah.
ones.
Well, because aren't they also like those tombs also symbolically
Yes,
represent all
yes.
of the soldiers that we weren't able to
It's a
find?
symbolic thing for just the war in general and all the soldiers who are unidentified and all that stuff. And that's why
And then the astronauts are above that because I think the only astronauts we've ever actually had die were the Apollo 13 ones, right?
no, Apollo 13 came back. It was the people from it was one of the guys from Mercury and the other two in like Apollo 3 or Apollo 2 or something like that. The one where they were trained
Which one of the Apollos
the one
blew
where they
up?
were training and it caught fire. I think that was
Ah.
Apollo 2. Oh no, it was Apollo 1, I think. Yes.
Oh.
It was the first. It was some of the people from Mercury, um, and they were training in the modules. That was Apollo 1. They were just training, and then it caught fire.
Contrary to popular belief, those astronauts were not actually from Mercury. They are still from Earth.
Yes, they were planned to launch, but they were killed during training, and that's why we just skipped straight to Apollo 2. Apollo 13 did miss the moon because they had issues, but they survived and were able to come back. The successful failure.
Was that the one where we messed up like the metric to imperial calculations?
I think so. Something went wrong with the air filtration, and so they had to do like emergency repairs on there. I don't know.
Uh,
It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
I don't know. Astronauts are pretty based.
The yeah. So speaking of astronauts, Artemis thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're doing some pretty cool stuff. It's the furthest humans have ever been away from the Earth. That's pretty new. I think we had like 242,000 miles. Crazy that we can still like stream live 4K video from there. That's a little bonkers. We spent pretty much 12 days abandoning like a solid third of all of the other interplanetary satellites we have out because they ate up all the bandwidth on the deep space
Hell
network.
yeah.
But I mean,
That's more important.
we only really get pings from those every month or so,
Yeah, fuck
anyways.
Starlink.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the hype. We're really dunking on the Chinese with this publicity stunt, which is probably my favorite part about it.
Look, man, it's the only thing we got right now. We gotta. Well,
Yeah.
I think I asked you this last night, but I do wonder if on Billy they got like they got people who were freaking out about the complete moon-based victory. The 51st state, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the moon.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's one of the Civ 6 endings is getting people it's like
The new flag of the United States, 50 stars, and a JPEG of the
and a
moon in the
fucking
middle.
moon. Yeah, it's gonna be glorious, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be absolutely glorious. The United States of America is about to get like 16 million square miles bigger because we're gonna take the whole moon. And the Chinese are gonna come, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna show them all the research we've done about how well guns work in space.
Yeah, I mean,
Either that or we're just gonna like blow one of their nuclear plants.
hell yeah. Dude, I can't even wait for. I was born to be like a space naval commander. Like you see that for me, right?
Yeah? Yeah, like Ender's Games
Yes,
type
yeah.
beat, or that would be pretty cool. Are we talking like a space fighter jet like Cooper from Interstellar, or like dude with the hat that stands and points and
I've
all
never
the
seen
forms?
Interstellar. I don't watch Nolan movies.
Oh, what?
The only good Nolan movie that I've seen is Memento.
What's wrong with Christopher Nolan movies?
He's he's I don't know, man. I liked Batman Begins. That's the other one that I liked. But I'm gonna be honest. They're edited strangely. I don't know. It's just
Wow,
not really.
that's like a hot take.
I don't like Nolan movies.
Fascinating. I don't know. I'm looking forward to his Odyssey movie.
I've never seen Interstellar I've no okay. I've seen like the first half of Interstellar. I haven't finished it.
I like Interstellar. I think
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
I mean, I like to judge films before watching them, so like that's
Oh,
my
you're one of
main.
those people.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, I liked Memento, but I'm not sure how well it holds up on rewatches. It is neat once you know the twist, and it is filmed in such a way that it's cool to go back and rewatch it and be like, oh, that's neat that he put that there. But if you watch it in order, I have watched the cut where it's all in order, and it's not super interesting, because it's just like, dude, this guy's fucking stupid.
Or it's like have you seen Tenet?
Uh, I've also seen like the first half of Tenet. Maybe that's why I don't like his movies, because I've never finished them,
You
because
don't
I watched
finish
them.
them?
I
Yeah.
watched them in I watched them in like hotel rooms at 11 p.m.
That's
at night.
oh man. Yeah. They wrap the endings of his movies are always really good.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer was such a good movie.
I've never seen Oppenheimer because
So you haven't seen most of his movies, and the one that you've watched half of, and yet you have the gall to throw shade at Christopher Nolan movies. Is it like a genre? What the fuck?
I've seen Memento. I've seen the Bat.
It's like,
Fucking
dude, I
dudes
fucking
on a
hate
motorcycle.
vegetables. Oh yeah, like what? What's wrong with vegetables? Well, I had like one bite of like undercooked like green bean once, and I just decided the whole cat, no, not for me. You
No,
know,
I like Memento. I've seen I saw the Batman trilogy. I've seen, like I said, I've seen like the first half of Interstellar and Tenet. I've seen Inception. Um,
mhm.
I I haven't seen anything of Oppenheimer besides the like the MCU memes. The Einstein will return. The
Yes, Einstein will return in Oppenheimer and Endgame.
Yeah. I'm not seen. I know he's making the Odyssey right now, which I am very apprehensive for. I'm gonna see it probably with uh, I don't know. I'm apprehensive about it because like I've been seeing some behind the scenes stuff of like the photos of the
Mhm.
costumes, and it's like, oh boy, another gray movie. Love that. We love gray movies, folks.
I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm very interested to see it because nobody's really done like a full length Odyssey movie that actually captures the whole story. And Christopher Nolan loves his long movies.
Yeah, I have. I just don't have the time to watch super long movies at this point.
Mhm.
I've been.
Mhm.
I have. I might have told you this. I have a list of stuff to like watch or read or just consume in some way. Um, I have a Word document on my computer with like lists of things to go through. There's a queue because I just have so little time to just sit down and consume media that I have to waitlist it. And I don't like to split it up and watch it over multiple things or over multiple days, just because I like to keep it all in my head. I don't like to just,
Ah.
but it is annoying because it's like I don't like to watch bits and pieces of a movie
Mhm.
over like a week, even though that's probably something I could do.
Yeah, well, no, I get that, but then like when do you actually have like 3 hours that you could just sit down and watch a movie?
Never. That's the
Yeah, so
problem.
the longest form, like, content that I think like, regularly watch is probably Critical Role, but that's because I set aside like I said, like, my Thursday evenings after 10 p.m. are for watching the first half of Critical Role, and then I'll, like it's a nice thing to just put in the background, like, the second half of the episode throughout the next week.
I don't watch actual plays because I'm employed. But good for the people who do, I guess. I
Mhm.
All of my friends won't shut the fuck up about Critical Role. I assume it's good. I respectfully I don't have the time.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, I like background noise.
Yeah.
It's good background noise. My girlfriend likes to show me these clips of this one VTuber that plays this one, like, Pokemon ripoff where you make the, like, Pokemon's noises yourself, and so,
What?
like, like, whenever you first discover it, you, like it's like, "Oh, this is the name of the Pokemon. What noise does it make?" And then you, like, make a noise into your mic, and now that's the noise the Pokemon makes, so whenever you
Oh,
find one
that's
in the
fun.
wild, it'll just make that noise, or, like, whenever it doesn't attack, and
I love the early gen ones where they're just like electronic screeching. It sounds like a Justice song. Like it's
Yeah.
just. Do you play a lot of Pokemon?
No, I did not that was not my childhood. I think I played, like, Z on the 3DS, and that's it.
Actually, hold on. How old are the?
YZ? Oh, X and Y, yeah, I played X. 2013.
That was 13 years ago.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. All all of this first half hour of recording is like unsalvageable.
No, what do you mean? It's perfect.
I gotta I don't know, man. I don't get no respect, you know? I've been getting Rodney Dangerfield recommended to me on YouTube so
I
much
don't even
recently.
know what that means.
Rodney Dangerfield, comedian, he said stuff like I don't get no respect. That was his bit. Um,
Uh,
he's been dead for a while, but I've been getting like top 10 Rodney Dangerfield moments recommended to me on my YouTube recently, and I have no idea why. I've been getting so
mhm,
much weird bullshit on my YouTube. Did
mhm.
did I tell you like the Who Are the Black Irish?
What?
So I was listening to like my Dropkick Murphys, right? Like that sort
Sure.
of music. And I for some reason I don't know if it thinks that I'm like an
A Black Irishman?
no, I don't know if it thinks that I'm like a boomer who's susceptible to this sort of AI slop, but I keep getting
Mhm,
like untold history of the Irish or whatever with very obviously AI generated thumbnails, or it's like the
mhm.
lost Celtic tribes, and it's just like white man staring stoically that is like blonde hair, blue eyed. I'm like that doesn't look very Celtic to me.
I
But
think it would've been a lot funnier if it was just, like, a black dude in the Lost
well,
Celtic tribe.
so that's what it is, or it's like the one of those was literally like the lost tribe who are the Black Irish, and it was a photo of like a black leprechaun, and I'm like
Oh
AI
god.
generated, and I'm like, why am I getting this with like 3,000 views? And I'm like, why am I getting this? And I didn't watch it because I don't want to give those people clicks. But I can't help but think of it like a like an Atlas Shrugged who is John Galt, but it's just like
Oh
a
my god.
shitty like who are the Black Irish?
Where on earth is Carmen San Diego?
Yeah, yeah. Like a rhetorical question, dude. We gotta make a dog shit book about the Black Irish to promote neo-isomorphism.
Can it be like 100% AI generated?
Yes, yes, 100%. No human thought will be allowed into this. AI generated front and back cover.
No, but we draw the thumbnail.
I feel like if we're not using AI art, it's not truly. It wouldn't feel the same. We can't put any effort into it.
No, none.
I hope that the thing that I sent you earlier this morning was. I think it uses an LLM in the background, but it is kind of funny.
Probably.
Yeah.
Squidward diet. I squid the word. I eat it.
No, the one after that.
The
Yeah. You want to read what we're talking about for the audience?
gentleman, he said, his voice all shaky. Ivan Illich has died. Sad cat face. Oh, OMG! You don't say so. Surprised face. Hello. Read it yourself. Replied Peter Ivanovich, handing Fedor Vasilievich the paper, still a little damp from the press. Oh, whoa. Surrounded by a big black Bodu was the sad news. Praskovia Fedovia Golovia was with profound sorrow, informs relatives and friends of the of who a beloved husband Ivan Illich Golowin, member of the Court of Justice, which occurred on February the 4th of this year, 1882. Crying face, broken heart, nya, tilde, star, double heart.
You skipped the.
Oh. No, see, I made the face.
Oh, you made the face. You made the greater than sign, period, less than sign face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a site called Polytranslator, where it has translation into different ones like brain rot, boomer, tech bro, corporate, finance bro, LinkedIn speak, Trump speak, Obama speak, Sleepy Joe.
So you put like the entire U.S. Republican Party and a sprinkle of Democrat on top, all of their speech patterns, and it becomes that.
No. These are different options. This one was uwu speak.
I don't want to. Yeah, can you check all of them?
Yeah, let's go through every single one. Let's do Obama speak.
No, I mean, like, can you check multiple and have it combine them?
Like translate it through multiple ones.
Or put the uwu speech through Obama's speech, and then again through Trump's speech, and then like so on and so forth. Can we recursively?
All right, I'm gonna do English to brain rot to finance bro.
It's like the universal file converter.
Yeah.
Or
yeah. All right. Finance bro to pirate English, and then I'm gonna do pirate English to Cockney.
Okay, and I'll just read the final output.
Yeah, Cockney to Trump speak.
Cockney to Trump speak.
Yes,
it's crazy. While you're doing that, I had another idea on the Black Irish book.
Yes,
and I'm thinking, we need to get like the shittiest, smallest
Trump speak to uwu. That's what we do.
AI model that we can like run on a Raspberry Pi.
Yes,
and then we just like set it on a loop to like always be writing the next page, and then we just like leave it in the corner of a library for a year, and then come back and see what it's got.
I mean, you can self-publish books on Amazon by just like uploading, like you just upload the file and Amazon will like print it for you.
Oh my god.
We should write the Who Are the Black Irish book and just publish it on Amazon.
That should be our... That's horrible. Wow.
Yeah. It's possible. We could do it, man.
I'm sure we could.
You can see a little bit of the... All right, I'm gonna...
Okay, what was the last like voice?
The last one was to uwu speak.
Okay, so you did it back to uwu speak?
Yes, but this was English to brain rot to a bunch of different ones, including Trump, Cockney, pirate, finance bro, and then to
Okay.
Uber.
All right. Let's see here, folks. Listen up. Listen up. Begging face. This is a disaster. A total disaster. Surprised face. You hear about this, Ivan Illich? Nobody's ever heard of him. Probably a nobody. Nya. Sad cat face. And his investments? A mess. A total mess. Sad crying face. He's got a treasure map. They say a tattooed wag. That's what it is. A map emoji. Bleeding red. That's what his P&L is doing. Blood?
Bleed.
No
Yeah.
cap, they say. What does that even mean? He's confused face, but it's bad. Very bad. Pinchy face. And his wife, Praskovia, she's whipped the biggest L. The biggest L, broken heart. She's telling the whole world that her husband, ooh, crying face, double heart, star emoji.
You heard it here first, folks. That is the opening paragraphs to Leo Tolstoy's novella, The Death of Ivan Ilyich. Completely unedited.
God bless.
Yeah.
Somebody made have you ever used like power tools for Windows?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, they're like little extensions. They're like little open source extensions that aren't like officially supported, but a lot of people that like daily drive Windows and do development on them will use them. Somebody made something similar to that, like a little PowerShell tool, and it's a whip. And if you're like running an LLM in your command line,
You
can
whip the LLM.
you can whip the command line into subservience.
You almost said submission there, didn't you?
I did. That's why I didn't.
Anyway, yeah, I've been God, the entire first 45 minutes of this are just unsalvageable.
I think no, you can use like most of it.
This is where we're starting, folks. I'm just gonna say that every 15 minutes. I'm just gonna say this entire recording thus far is unsalvageable.
And then this is where we're starting. Where did my lighter go?
You got to chief back a fat dart.
No, I wanted to light my candle.
Oh, are you one of those scented candle freaks?
No, but people keep giving them to me, and I think they're nice.
I had. No, that's lore. That's lore. I gotta. I can't.
We've had enough for today. The scented, the malicious brew was enough of a backstory dip for the day. You can get the rest in my 7-part 200-page novel that's entirely 6-line Saka haikus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm casting the nets back through the depths of my memory.
Mm-hmm.
A Saka haiku has 6 syllables at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to remember if that's
the because he said it let's see, because he says it's like supposed to be a haiku, but he does it wrong.
Yeah.
Because a normal haiku is 575, but Saka does 576.
That was part of that. That was part of that anthology episode, right? Yeah.
Probably.
I did not watch Avatar: The Last Airbender when I was a child because I did not have consistent TV growing up. So like, when people talk about like shows from their childhood, I'm thinking of like, God, what did I even what media
Cast.
what what media was foundational to me growing up that I actually like saw?
The Yogg's cast was mine.
Did you ever watch Buzz Lightyear of Star Command?
I know the show. It was like Buzz's shoot off, right?
It was a 2D animated Toy Story spin-off in the fictional universe of Buzz Lightyear.
Yes, I do know this.
I watched that so much when I was like a kid, along with like random.
Dude, if you want to talk about foundational cartoons to our childhood, did you ever watch Sonic Underground?
Yes. Oh my God, dude, I love.
Yeah. There was like 3 of them, and they were like underground, and they were like purple, green, and blue.
Yeah, I love that fucking show.
That shit was crazy. I refuse to like revisit any of those old shows because it will like forever taint the the child hallucinatory tainted memory I have of them, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, no, they're not that good, I'm sure. I watched because I didn't watch Animaniacs but I did watch. I had this like big.
Dude, I love Animaniacs.
I didn't watch Animaniacs, but I had this like big VHS collection of the Woody Woodpecker show, and I watched
Yo!
the like.
Yeah! Dude,
Yeah, I
I
love
love Woody
that.
Woodpecker.
I love that so much. Yeah. By the way, what's your thoughts? Let's go into something more safe. What's your thoughts on the death penalty?
Oh, so I think one of the biggest criticisms with the death penalty is that the death penalty was often employed like for killings. Like if you kill somebody, we're going to kill
Yeah,
you, right?
yeah.
Then people bring up the common, problem of like an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind type
If you
shit,
kill a
right?
killer, the number of killers in the world remains the same.
Right. I mean, it's a shame. So I'm thinking like, what if we just like bump it a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
what if like the minimum is like 2?
You get one free murder, yeah.
Like you kill one guy. Yeah, you get like you get one freebie, like a smack on the wrist, $1,000 fine, home
Yeah.
arrest for like a month. You're fine, whatever. Don't do it again. You do it again though, like the judge gets to pull out like his 45 Magnum and just domes you like on the spot. The second you're proven guilty, like he doesn't even hammer the gavel down. He just shoots you.
I mean, technically, the medical diagnosis for pyromania requires you to have committed multiple acts of deliberate arson, which
Oh
means you get
shit!
one freebie.
You get one freebie. It's not so. It's still arson, but you're not a pyromaniac.
You're not a pyromaniac, which, I mean, I'm not sure how much that matters if you get caught for it, but it's also, I think there's also
Yeah.
exceptions for like if you're doing it for insurance versus just like the love of the game.
Yeah. Well, I think actually in that case, wouldn't in like a court of law standpoint, wouldn't you be better off doing more than one? Because then if you're
Yeah.
like legally classifiable as a pyromaniac, then you can like plead insanity. And then you just get to go to the fun house for a couple months.
I'm not sure if you could do that. We gotta figure out ways to game the system.
We got to make sure it's for the love of the game, though. Like nobody can
Yeah.
benefit from this at all. It has to be completely random with no traceable history.
I mean, I would absolutely just like set random fires for the love of the game.
I would burn down a building just for the sake of burning down a building, and I'm friends with firefighters.
This is bad. This is unsalvageable, man. The first 53 minutes of recording are just going to be unsalvageable. I swear to God.
No, but like I wouldn't want like if I was gonna burn down a house, like if I was gonna burn down like 223 like West Southwest Avenue in like Maryland. Um
Let me check if that's a real place. Hold on a second.
I wouldn't want like anybody to be home, you know? Like I don't want to burn like a dog or a cat. Um
No, there's not one in Maryland, but there are ones in Illinois and Oklahoma. So
okay, we'll do one of those.
Kankakee, Illinois.
Can, 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 excuse me?
It's a little ways south of Chicago.
Oh, perfect. If I'm gonna burn down hang on, I need to just get like a
Oh,
compilation
this
of
is it's
I
an
need to
art
have like a
store,
list,
Ripple
guys.
Effect Arts. You're gonna burn down a small business.
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want anybody. I want to make sure nobody's home because they'll get like a big insurance payout, eh?
Yeah, yeah. No, dude. I mean, I don't care
Um,
if I get a human, but I definitely wouldn't want to get a pet.
yeah, exactly. Like if I wanted to go just like set fire to, for example, say like 8 Cambridge Street, Southeast London in South Africa. Um, I would want to make sure it's like in the middle of the night and there's nobody home. The books would be good kindling. And I would want it to like I'd make sure like I only burn that building too. Like, we don't want the fire to spread. Um, and you just for the love of the game, just so I could stand there and watch. If like sirens and shit showed up before the building was finished burning, I'm not leaving. Like I'm gonna get all the use out of my bonfire. Maybe I'll make like a s'more or two. Toss like a couple of Coke cans in there just to hear them go. Maybe like a bean can. Maybe like a gallon glass jar full of fireworks. Just for the love of the game.
I think that the youths call that aura farming.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I gotta. Have you ever seen the movie Real Genius with Val Kilmer from like the 80s? of some time in the 80s.
Is this a parallel to Real Steel, the movie about robots fighting?
No, but I also love that movie.
Hmm.
There's so the movie, it's about Project Crossbow, which is Reagan's Star Wars thing. It's about shooting a laser from space to dunk on the Soviets, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. It's like similar to that other project where we're gonna shoot tungsten rods
yeah,
from space.
yeah. The GI Joe retaliation one.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's about shooting a laser from outer space. Val Kilmer is like a child prodigy at Caltech, and there's another dude who's just there, and Val Kilmer's like a bad boy, and he's like getting him drugs and trying to get him laid and all this bullshit. And anyway, and so they don't know, they're working on a laser project. They don't know it's for the government, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, and they use it as a prank. As a prank, they filled, because the dean is like a dick, right? And as a prank, they fill his entire house with corn kernels and cover it in aluminum foil and shoot it with a fucking outer space laser to make popcorn out of his entire house as a prank. You know, it's just like Animal House. It's just like,
For the bit, yeah,
yeah, it's just for the bit. It's just what you do in college. You use secret government super weapons against your teachers
to make popcorn.
to make popcorn.
So there was like a thermobaric explosion, and SoCal was leveled.
Yeah, as it should have been. But why did I bring this up? You were talking about popcorn.
No, I was talking about
No,
arson.
no. You're talking about arson. Yeah. So that's what you got to do. You got to fill the random house with corn kernels, and then you set it on fire, and then when they arrest you, you just say, "Officer, it was just a reference to." You just say, "Officer, it was just a reference to Real Genius, 1985."
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make sure that I fill when I went for my second target when I burned down 1653 Howell Street in Beaumont, Texas. That I fill it with corn kernels and wrap it in tinfoil beforehand.
You're going from South Africa to Texas just to commit arson?
Hmm.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hmm. It's like, have you ever played that game? I think it's called Teardown.
No.
It's this like pixel sim like demo game where the whole bit is like it's like pixel graphics, but it's 3D, but like all the pixels have physics, and the whole thing is you just break shit. It's
I
pretty
have
fun.
not played. Are we doing our famous segment where we review games on Steam?
Oh my god, I could just talk about Tear Breakdown.
Sure.
Tear break
Tear,
tear
break, tear
breakdown.
down, break down, tear down.
What the fuck is it called? I don't remember what it's called. I haven't installed though, and they actually just got a multiplayer update. So yeah, Teardown. Pretty fun game. I have a couple hours on it. I have actually like played this game before, which definitely qualifies it. It's been pretty well received overall, especially recently with the multiplayer update. But the gist is that it's like a pixel voxel, um, like destruction sandbox game with a story. And so the deal is like you play as like a demo man,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
your job is to like do demolition, but then you're like illegal uncle, and so he's employing you to do illegal things that involve breaking stuff. And so like one of the missions, you like go to this like rich guy's house,
And you
specifically
kill
I
him.
think somewhere. No, there's no like actually like hurting people in this game. But yeah, you go to this guy's like super fancy house. Um, it's like a really really high end rich house on the coast. It's probably similar to, if not the exact house at 4351 Aaron Drive in West Vancouver, British Columbia. Um,
Jesus.
but so you go there and you try to like break his boats and like get his boats and like steal his car and stuff. But you like blow up his house in the process, and it's cool. You get like different tools, and if you go through the story, you get like better tools, and
Hmm.
eventually you get like a rocket launcher and shit. So it's been a minute, but I guess it has multiplayer now. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I think the when I first bought it, it was on sale, and I got it for like $8. It's 30 now. So wow. But I basically just like I would just go into the sandbox, and like I did when I used to play Gary's mod, I would just break as much shit as I can, and try to stress test my computer.
I've been playing a lot of sounds neat. I don't have time or friends or disposable income to get really into friend slop games like that, but
Really,
I
I don't think it would really qualify as a French slop game because multiplayer was like just recently added. The game was fun single player.
yeah. Well, what we got to do is we got to get big enough, right, that we can just start putting up like let's plays and stuff like that, and then just print money off of that. But we have to get
Yeah,
popular
that's
enough
the goal, isn't it?
because nobody wants to see two jackasses just play video games.
No,
two
but if
popular
it's two
jackasses,
famous jackasses,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
then we just got to put actual effort into the content we produce until we hit like 500,000,
Well, I'm not putting any
and
actual
then
effort into this either.
no, we can't let them know.
I do like your quote that it should be as obvious as possible that the YouTube and the Spotify are run by two different people. That's a.
Yeah.
I think that's the thesis statement of neo-isomorphism as an ideology. It's when
It's
your
a
YouTube channel and
bipartite.
your Spotify a bipartite system, you might
Yeah, it's a
say.
bipartite system.
This is stupid, man.
Yeah, no, my most recent friend slop game that I've been playing is called Burgle and Gnomes. That's a pretty fun one.
Sorry, say that again.
The most recent friend slop game that I've been playing recently has been it's called Burgle and Gnomes, and you play as like a gnome and you rob a person.
Because gnomes aren't people.
No,
I'm searching this up on Steam and I'm getting nothing.
Burglin.
Oh, I thought you said I was searching burglanomes, one word.
No, Burglin space gnomes. Yeah, you like
One friend wants this game.
You like steal from people, and it's like this old man, and sometimes he has a gun, and he'll shoot you. But sometimes you can also find like a grenade, and that's when things get really fun because as all friend slop games, it's like a baseline requirement for these kinds of games. It's got proximity chat.
Oh, hell yeah. Mature content description. The human in the game might appear nude to perform activities such as taking a bath. The nudity is censored and can be fully turned off optionally. Gnomes can get dismembered and die in other brutal ways. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, oh my god, what the hell was the name of the game? Lethal Company.
Yes, that was like the first one.
Lethal Company kind of pioneered the idea that just having literally anything and putting multiplayer with proximity chat made it infinitely funnier.
Yeah.
And I think, but like Lethal Company is like actually it's like a good game. Like it's a real game. Like there's like a little bit of effort that was put into that.
You know what we should do together? We should play Vintage Story.
I keep hearing about Vintage Story.
I have played a lot of it. It just got it got updated. It got updated again since I played it. I say I played a lot of it recently. It was like a year ago, but I put like 70 hours into it. It was it's very fun. It's based off of a Minecraft mod that works.
I do know like most of the lore of it, but it's like if Minecraft modded it was an actual game that had a story.
It was like Terra Firma Craft, and then sort of got into its own thing, and it's still in early access and getting constantly updated. It's version like 0.21 or something like that, but it's still very complete. And you go from like you nap flint together to make flint tools, and then you use them to get copper, and then bronze, and then iron, and then steel, and you like tan your own leather, and you have to build your own house, and you have to store food in a cellar, and you have to
so it's like modded Minecraft.
Yeah, it's got to focus on realism and stuff, and that would be a fun game to play together. I think
I think that could be fun.
Let's Play is coming soon.
Let's Play coming soon. Vintage Story Let's Play coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's set goals. If we get 100 subscribers, we'll play Vintage Story. If we get 1,000 subscribers, we'll play what's a good one that's multiplayer. We'll play Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Dude, yes. Okay.
10,000 will be Schedule 1. 100,000
Have you ever played Factorio?
I have.
We could do one of the like Factorio.
The Space Age, yeah.
We could actually, yeah, honestly, at this point, if we just play through the entirety of Space Age, I have like 300 hours in the game, which is like baby hours for most Factorio players. But I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's a very fun game.
And then a million subscribers. A million subscribers will play Octopath Traveler 2.
No
Um,
way. I like this idea. I like this idea. So we're just gonna podcast slop until 100 subscribers, and then we'll start recording gameplay.
yes, that is exactly the plan.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do a face reveal once we make enough money to where we can quit our jobs.
I'll give you a hint. I'm 100% Vietnamese.
We could also play. We could also play. Oh my god, what the fuck is it called? Aberoth.
Oh, dude, no, never mind. I know what we do for a million space engineers.
You're so right. Maybe by then, Space Engineers 2 will have. Maybe by then, Space Engineers 2 will have multiplayer and will be like a complete
Last
game.
played May 14th, 2022. I know that's not when I actually last played this. It was in like 2018.
Space Engineers.
Yeah.
I usually I have like a fit of Space Engineers like once a year. I have like 640 hours on this game.
Yeah, so that's a million. 500,000. What should be 500,000? What's like a bad game that's
Undertale.
still. Maybe if Deltarune is finally out, then we can play it. I played Undertale. Yeah, last played April 2nd, 2018. I played Undertale and I saw Deltarune, but I can't stand. Like I said, I like to binge things. I
Oh,
can't
sure.
stand chapter based releases. When it's done, I'll play it. I think I played chapter one once a long time ago.
For okay, do you like modded Minecraft?
No, not particularly. I think it kind of gets insufferable after a certain point.
Perfect.
Um,
Um, 500 500,000 we can do a like a modded Minecraft like expert mode playthrough, but we won't sleep until we beat the pack.
what pack are you thinking of? Like a Tekkit or a Hexit?
Well, we could do one that won't kill us, or we could do a Greg Tech pack and stay awake for 2 weeks straight.
At that point, we might as well just play Factorial until we beat Space Age or whatever.
I think that would be faster. But no, like genuinely, there's a couple of like the expert packs that seem doable in like a total time span of 48 hours. Like any of the old Sky Factory packs,
Hmm.
easy peasy. Because those really are just like doing work.
I got to actually no, for 100,000, what we do a physical game of Warhammer. That's the 100 million subscriber goal.
100 million?
Yeah, which we're
Okay.
gonna hit right within the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. Within the year?
Yeah, 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months, never done before.
Dude, we're actually gonna have to like commit arson.
For the publicity.
Yeah. Like those flaming letters for episode 14 are an omen. It's a precursor.
Yeah, dude, this entire 75 minutes is unusable, man.
I literally don't know what you're talking about. Next
All
up,
right, welcome back to episode 14 of the podcast.
one of these days when we get like, if we get like upwards of like a couple thousand subscribers, I'm gonna like drop one of these addresses, and somebody's just gonna be like, "That's my house."
We got to do like a Cicada 3301, but like it's just like all these addresses that we've said, and we're just have like it's just like geolocating, but you have to go to South Africa in order to do it.
Yeah, yeah, like 46 Omega Street in Markham, Ontario. Dude, I want to live on Omega Street. That sounds awesome. Let's see. Do you think this is one of those? It's going to be one of those things where eventually, like, somebody's going to compile a list of all of the addresses we mentioned
Yeah,
and like figure out where we're from because it's the only place we don't bring up.
I had my window open when we recorded the first one, and they're gonna fucking find out where we are by the hum of the electrical cables and the sound of the
They can
cars.
tell the frequency and the like amplitude of the part of the grid that we're on. They know we're not in Texas.
Yeah, this is this is unsalvageable, dude. Do you want to talk about Dragon Ball Z?
Sure. Tell me about Dragon Ball Z.
This is the famous segment of every episode where one of us tries to pitch the other one on something. Last episode, we decided it would be funnier to just not even do that. So, um, this was a script for a video that I was going to make. Before we did this, when I was preparing some of my other stuff, and I was like, dude, I want to start a YouTube channel. All right, I got to paraphrase this. All right, so when I was a kid, I was in however old I was like 12, and I was like,
Mhm.
my parents were like, get a fucking job, you stupid idiot. Don't waste your time on your summer break. And so I worked at my local library, and so I spent a lot of time just like sitting in the library, and I passed the time by just reading because I didn't have a phone or anything like that. And so I just like went up to random. I just picked books off the shelf and just read them. Um, and I discovered we had a very small manga section, and I discovered Dragon Ball Volume One.
Yeah.
And so I liked comics. I liked comics before then. Like I was a Garfield fanatic, right?
Oh, real. I liked. I was a big fan of those like big Calvin and Hobbes books.
Yeah, so like Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes, Dilbert, Pearls Before Swine, like I like those sorts of things.
Yep.
Far Side. And I've never been particularly embedded in weeaboo culture, although many of my friends are, because they're all weird perverts,
Hmm.
and they watch anime. Dragon Ball is, like a very popular gateway drug into more anime.
Yep.
But I was reading the original Dragon Ball, which is very different. Um,
Ah.
because it is so a little bit of background about this. The Dragon Ball manga lasted for 519 chapters, right? It was collected into 42 volumes. Think like the Garfield collections, like the
Sure.
Fat Cat 3-pack, you know what it is.
Hmm.
And what people know as Dragon Ball Z is only chapter 195 onwards, or I think volume 18 onwards, or 19 onwards. Um, Less than half of the story is Dragon Ball, and then the rest is Dragon Ball Z in the West. In Japan, it's just Dragon Ball. They came up with some different names when they were splitting it up. They were going to call it New Dragon Ball 2, Dragon Ball 90, Dragon Ball Wonder Boy, and Dragon Ball Gohan's Big Adventure.
Gohan's
Um,
Big Adventure.
yes, which is kind of hilarious knowing how the series turned out. Um, in any case, it's went from this like very low stakes, sort of like a fable, a retelling of the story of Sun Wukong or Son Goku, um, like little monkey boy who does martial arts and fights like evil spirits and a guy named Emperor Pilaf and stuff like that,
Mhm.
into like this sci-fi. Oh boy. All the magic is actually alien stuff, and now we're gonna go fight between planets and all that stuff.
Yep, and destroy power scaling forever.
Yeah, all the stuff that people know is from Dragon Ball Z. But
Yep.
the original Dragon Ball is very interesting. It, I will say, well, like one of the first pages of the manga starts with a joke about the Dragon Balls being a dragon's balls, just so that you know that we're dealing with peak fiction here.
Okay.
Um, that is like genuinely like chapter one. They make that joke when Goku learns about the Dragon Balls.
Based. Honestly.
Are you familiar with the legend of Sun Wukong and the Journey to the West?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Son Goku is the Japanese version of Sun Wukong, and he's like a 14-year-old little monkey boy freak.
Oh, that's why he's got a fucking like monkey tail.
He's got a tail. He's got a monkey tail, and he's raised by his Grandpa Gohan, who just lives in the middle of the woods and just teaches him how to do martial arts, and that's like his entire life. And then Grandpa Gohan dies mysteriously, and Goku just sort of lives on his own with his grandpa's treasure, which is an orange orb made of some sort of glass or amber with 4 stars inside of it.
Hmm.
The 4-star Dragon Ball. There are 7 Dragon Balls in total, and if you collect all 7 of them, you get a wish from the Dragon Shenron. Um, with lots of caveats that get explored later in the series. There are lots of asterisks to the Dragon Ball wishes. But in any case, a girl named Bulma, who's like a teen genius, comes over to his house, tries to fight him for his Dragon Ball, and then they set off on an adventure together to find the rest of the Dragon Balls and get a wish. And that's basically the story. And it's got this very fairy tale sort of vibe to it. Because it's low scale, like people jump around and there's like, ki and martial arts, but it's like a Bruce Lee film. It's not like what it would become in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's not like super powered.
Yeah, they're not flying around really. I think the craziest thing is there's a dude named Tao Pepe. I can't say his name properly, but he kills people with his tongue. And there's one scene where he just like punches a pillar out of like a building, like a gazebo, just like rips a pillar of stone out of it, tosses it, jumps onto the pillar.
Oh, is this Mercenary Tao?
Yeah, Mercenary Tao. And he just like rips this pillar out of a building and he just tosses it in the air, jumps on it, and it just stays in the air and just like takes him like many miles to his destination.
Honestly, I could do that.
If you train hard enough in the Dragon Ball universe, you can just do that. If you train hard enough, you can also shoot lasers out of your hands.
Yep.
There's lots of good bits. Goku accidentally gets into an arranged marriage in one of the early arcs because he thinks marriage is a type of food.
That sounds like Goku.
So that happens.
Yep. Me too, honestly.
Dude, this whole 90 minutes is just unsalvageable.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God. Anyway, so... yeah, and there's a whole thing where Goku has to... So yeah, Goku's whole thing is he's got like a monkey tail, right? Because he's a little monkey. He's a little monkey boy. And as it turns out, on the full moon, he turns into the great ape Ozaru, which is a giant like King Kong Godzilla monkey thing where he loses control and doesn't remember everything.
Of course he does.
So he accidentally killed his grandpa Gohan without realizing it when he looked at the moon. Later on, he gets his tail just like cut off, so he just can't do it anymore. That's why he has a tail in Dragon Ball, but he just doesn't later on. Pretty much all of the people, the Saiyans who have that tail, just like get it ripped off at some point. Anyway, but then he trains with Master Roshi at the Turtle School. He meets a dude named Krillin who doesn't have a nose.
I've heard of Krillin. When does the big pink guy come into play?
There are a few of those. Do you mean Majin Buu?
Yes.
He comes into play at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, so we're not even fucking
close. No, we're not even close there. So I'm trying to pitch you on this, and I'm kind of just describing it at this point. But it's very fun. The first 18 volumes have a very different feel. Toriyama, who's dead now, the original author, Akira Toriyama, he has a very good sense of pacing with the fights. There's a lot of, like, if you look at the art, it's very dynamic. There's a lot of good space and use of backgrounds in the panels. It's just a very pleasant read. And it's pretty fun. There's a few weird jokes in there that haven't aged super well. There's a little bit of that anime, marrying a 12-year-old in there. Yeah, I mean, classic. In fairness, Goku was 14 when that happened. But,
okay.
Anyway.
So that's not the worst thing in the world.
And then we get to Dragon Ball Z. So we have a bit of a time skip. And Goku now has a kid named Son Gohan, named after his grandpa. By the way, Gohan is like a rice bowl dish.
Yeah, I know enough about Japanese to get the food puns.
Yeah, and like Goku's real name, we find out, is Kakarot, which is supposed to be carrot. And the joke is all the Saiyan names are vegetables.
Yep.
And Vegeta is the Prince Vegetable. Anyway, Goku is now suddenly an alien, and now we have power levels, which has, despite only appearing for like a quarter of the series, have irreparably damaged fucking everything.
Yep.
In just anime in general. Really the whole world, if you think about it.
Yep.
It stems from that. And yeah, so people now have power levels. They fight. There's a guy named Piccolo who's he used to be like an evil demon, but now he's also just an alien, which is kind of lame. And they go to other planets, they fight things, they scream, they get big and strong. And yeah, the pink guy is there at the end. It's the Buu Saga. It was Toriyama was asked to do more and didn't really want to do it, and it shows. Because it's kind of just a series of fight scenes that, in fairness, are sick as hell. But
Yeah.
Gohan was supposed to be the next main character, and they have a whole big arc for him, and then they just forget it and bring back Goku. So
Mhm. Wasn't Gohan also like his kid?
yes, Gohan is his kid.
Okay, cool.
Grandpa Gohan was the guy who adopted him. Canonically, Goku was evil and was sent to conquer the world as a baby, but he hit his head and became stupid but nice. So that's
Right.
his.
I do
That's
remember
that's
that.
the meme. And he's not really stupid, but it's a long running series, so all the characters have been flanderized to the point of unrecognizability. So
Uh-huh. As one does.
yeah. So in any case, the Dragon Ball, very fun, very good manga. Decent anime. The problem with the anime is they have a lot of filler, like all anime. There's a re-edited version called Dragon Ball Z Kai, which goes through and it basically cuts out the filler, it redubs everything, touches up a little bit of the animation sometimes, and it's just the better way to view it as a first-time viewer. And that's the way that I would recommend viewing it in the modern day. Honestly, I would recommend reading the manga first, just because it is like really good, and I always prefer to read over watch stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, very fun, and it's just a good thing to have in your back pocket, just because it's one of those things that's so entrenched in pop culture that just being literate in it is good to have, just so you can talk to other people about it. That's what a lot of the things on my list of media to consume are. They're just like generic popular things so that I'm able to talk to other people about them, like Interstellar.
Um Counterpoint. Uh Dragging these balls on your face.
Dude, you're so funny. Dude, we're hilarious. We should start a podcast.
We'll figure it out. Anyways, I bought Vintage Story.
Hell yeah.
Um
All right, guys. If we get 10 subscribers, we'll do a Vintage Story Let's Play.
Bet.
We will tank whatever budding algorithm we have and
Yep.
just do a Vintage Story Let's Play only on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Neo-Isomorphism. Go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Neo-Isomorphism. Buy our merch at neoisomorphism.xyz.
Yep. Our Patreon is where we upload the raw audio of all of the podcasts, and we will put the raw audio of the Vintage Story playthrough, no cuts on the Spotify as well.
Yeah, when we do our Vintage Story playthrough, it's just going to be audio. There's not going to be any video to it.
No, none.
So you're just gonna have to guess
You
what's
can use your
happening.
imagination.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good one. To the viewers, and let us know what you'd like to see next. As a brief preview, would you like to do the honors?
The
preview that you completely know what it is, 100%.
Correcto mundo.
If you're still listening to this, leave. Have a good one. Stay safe. Drive safe. Do you have anything to add?
Eat your vegetables.
Hell yeah. Dude, I love broccoli.